Today I'm going to offer you part 3 of this week's mini-series. We've been talking about the practice of putting soap or disinfectant into the vagina in birth and why you might not want that. We also talked about how this practice is common in some areas and it is not an evidence-based birth practice. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about what you can do if you know that you don't want to have soap in your vagina during birth. So my name is Jenny Kula and I'm a holistic doula, certified childbirth educator, VBAC specialist, placenta specialist, and a mom of 4, and I'm here to help you follow your own compass in birth. Let's start making birth better together. So what can you do if you've listened to all of this information and you've suddenly realized, I didn't even know that this was a thing that would happen in birth. And you're thinking, no, thank you. I don't think I want that. If that's you, here are some ideas of things you can do instead. So firstly, if the idea of lathering up your vagina with disinfectant or another soap feels bothersome to you, you do not have to consent to this practice. Be aware that it may happen in your birthplace. I feel that with this practice in particular, because it happens at such a vulnerable moment, it's not typically a time when people are super conscious of what's going on in the room around them. And, for the most part, it goes unnoticed. And I think that being aware now that it is a thing that can happen is helpful enough for you to be able to stand up and say that you don't want this, because now you have education on the topic. So if you decide you don't want it and that does not resonate with you and you want to protect your microbiome, you can simply say, no, I do not want soap in my vagina during birth. It's also good to inform your support team because they can watch for this for you. So for example, your partner, your doula, whoever's there with you, make sure that they are aware of your wishes for birth so that they know they can, look out for things that are happening around you, because this is a very vulnerable and open time. And you should not have to advocate for that in your birth experience when you're in this moment. Put it in your birth plan. Definitely go ahead and write that down if it feels important to you, especially if you know that you're birthing in a place where this happens routinely. That could be really important for you. Definitely ask your provider what their practices are around this so that you can have an understanding of what to expect in your own personal birth experience there. Another thing that you can do is, if you are concerned about wanting lubrication or trying to prevent tearing, things like that, you can consider alternatives for lubrication. Instead of soap, some better alternatives could be things like olive oil. Certain companies make peri oil. You can ask your provider if they can use warm compresses. There's even, the lube that your doctor's using for exams, KY lube, anything like that is a better alternative than soap. So thanks for listening to part 3 of this week's Making Birth Better series. Stay tuned for next week's series and check out the other videos on the Mindful Mama Birth Services channel so you can think mindfully about birth.